go ahead, I'm sorry.
Thank you. My name is Sosie Darian. I live in West Hartford, Connecticut. I was born in Aleppo, Syria, and lived in Damascus under Assad's father. And as a Christian Armenian, we never felt any kind of dictatorship. We had our own schools, we had our own churches, we were free to prosper and live very happily. My grandmother and grandfather came here in their late 70s, and they wish they never came here. And if they hated the dictatorship in Syria, I wonder why they wanted to go back so badly. The Syrian Armenians that have gone to Armenia because of this violence hate being in Armenia. They want to go back to Syria. They love Syria. And they were not afraid of Assad. They were afraid of the rebels. This is my personal experience, and I'm just here to tell you.
Let me take this moment to say as well that in a democracy, everybody gets to speak, and everybody gets to express their point of view. And all of that has to be taken into account when you're making decisions on this magnitude. And especially, and I forget it was one of the first people who spoke, talked about the gravity, and certainly those who have served militarily, as this gentleman has, what it means when you are sending somebody into combat. These are very, very difficult situations, but it's I'm proud that we have a forum where citizens can get up and speak their point of view amongst people who may not necessarily agree with them. But in this country, that's what makes us the great country that we are.
Thank you, Congressman Larson. This meeting is really wonderful. We have one of the most difficult crossword puzzles to solve. And when you have a lot of people trying to solve it, then you're more likely to find a solution. One of the reason terrorists and dictators are successful is because they communicate, they work together. We haven't learned to work together yet. Common sense is not really common yet. My name is Donald Pitt. I was fortunate to be tutored in my psychiatry residency by Jerome Frank, who at that time was the world expert on the psychological issues of war and peace. And I'd just like to share one or two, I think, basic comments. This crisis we're having is just one of a series of crises. If we can solve this one or get by it, we'll just have another one after it. This is not going to be easily resolved. We've been told the answer to, we know the answer. The answer is we've got to educate ourselves. We've got to educate ourselves to learn to work together, to have common sense, to like one another, and we know how to do that. Senator Fulbright told us that it's so dangerous that we've created weapons of mass destruction that offer no second chance. By the way, this is the way our world is different than it's ever been. We've always had a second chance. There's no second chance with these weapons. And there are already people who said they're going to use them. Senator Fulbright told us that it's even more crazy or dangerous than this, that we're aware of it, is that statesmen and our people act as though it's not true. We don't really address the issue. And the issue is a long-term issue. We've got to educate ourselves. We've got to do this in our schools. We've got to do this teaching ourselves to like one another, to love one another, and to cooperate with one another. And until we do that, we're in a lose-lose situation now. We're just going to have to bear our pain, whatever we do. There's no winning in this situation. And we need to accept that and be prepared to tolerate that. But now we've got to go on and think of a long-term solution, which we have not done up to now. This is not a simple answer. It's going to be through education, and we know the answer. Thank you.